I am the internet, and I like it when KSSU is
Welcome.
on.
Matt and Tex Show.
KSSU.com. I'm Tex.
Tex is Tex, and I am Matt. We are live here. Tex already said it. KSSU.com. Or you can go on the TuneIn Radio app on your Android, Windows, Apple, BlackBerry, or other smart device.
I thought you were saying one super device. I was like, what?
Nope. And you can search for That's Our Voice.
Yeah, but I was pointing out the fact that inside radio, I was pointing out that it looked like we were talking a little too loud, so I was saying maybe you should tune it down, but that's okay.
Whatever. Today on the show, like I mentioned on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Matt and Tex.
Or twitter.com/Matt and Tex.
Yep.
It's there.
We are talking about nuclear subs, space shuttles, and whatever else. And we're playing music.
Music is always a given. You can expect it on the Matt and Tex Show.
Some new music. Actually, all new music from albums that just came out a couple days ago.
You're so good at finding
or
music.
Yesterday.
It takes me forever to find new music that I like. I can find, like, maybe... I'm lucky if I find one song every month that I like, and not even that.
It does take me some time to officially enjoy a song. Like, say, okay, I actually like this song, or I want to play it.
You always get the initial... this is interesting.
We give it the 2-episode watch.
2 episodes. Second, you're like,
television.
if you don't like about the second one, you probably won't like the song. That's usually the rule. It's a good rule to live by. 2-episode rule. That's my life.
We'll play a song right now, just real quick. It's this band I found on Conan. The band is called Milo Green. They have a new album out called Milo Green. The song is 1957, and the chick in it, it's pretty cute. Enjoy. Yep. Matt and Tex Show, that was Milo Green with 1957.
I had to double check that. 50.
I wasn't sure.
Got it.
A couple of exciting things. For one,
We're here on the air.
we're here on the air live. Millions possible listeners all over the world. Germany and probably Pakistan.
Couple in Antarctica.
I think there's Philippines. So we have worldwide listeners. So it's pretty exciting times here on the Matt and Tex Show.
You're pretty happy.
I don't know. Anyways, what I'm excited about, I've been a fan of NASA and space exploration my entire life.
Me too. For the most part, pretty much.
Watching space shuttle launches on my TV.
Watching Kennedy give that famous speech.
I remember that day.
All inspiring.
And just watching the space shuttles either online or on TV and just...
You're subscribed to NASA's YouTube, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
They update a lot.
I'm subscribed to JPL, Jet Propulsion Lab on Facebook, and every
NASA-related things.
Group. Yeah, exactly.
You understand.
So when they ended the space shuttle program, I think maybe a year ago or more, it was pretty sad.
I was upset.
Because that's basically our only U.S. ship that sends U.S. astronauts into space.
Mm-hmm. Now we rely on the Russians.
They currently go to Russia and use their space agency to go into space.
And I was talking to Matt earlier about this. Is when you really think about it, when we started sending astronauts into space, we sent them in capsules. They were basically bullets launched up there. But the United States is the only country who has built and maintained, because that's important, built and maintained a space ship. And not only an actual ship that goes into space and comes back. That's the stuff of science fiction movies. And I get so giddy about this. Not just a ship, but a fleet. We had a space fleet.
We had multiple, and yeah.
Yes, it makes me so excited. And the reason I say maintained is because the USSR had one called the Buran, which meant something like snow or something like that. But they launched it a couple times, never manned, and they left it in a hangar because it was too expensive, and the hangar collapsed and destroyed it. So
with these space shuttle launches, they only occurred in Cape Canaveral, Florida.
I didn't know that, really?
Actually, yes. I think all of the space shuttle launches only happened at Kennedy Space Center.
Kennedy.
In Florida. A couple have landed here in California, but only, or all of them took off in Florida. So I've never been able to actually see a space shuttle, even one on the floor, take off or anything.
I said, Matt, the last
needed
one's
to-
launching, and I said we gotta go because
The problem was though, there was a lot of delays, like weather delays.
For
So
that
if we
one.
would have taken like one day off to go, we would have gone and we wouldn't have been able to make it. So there'll be others. There's NASA has a continuation program they're working on.
for the shuttle or just
Not
separate.
a shuttle sort of deal, not a new shuttle, but a new craft that goes between.
I thought that was canceled because Orion was
Yeah.
supposed to replace the shuttle, but it was
Aren't they still working on that?
yeah, but they changed its priority. It's not supposed to be a sending up. It's a rescue boat, rescue thing, pretty much. I think that's what they said it was going to be. It wasn't. It's not going to be exactly what they said it was originally, but they changed it. So the program isn't what it used to be.
Anyways, so I've never seen a space shuttle with my eyes. Some exciting news, and I didn't know this just till recently. I knew that they are sending the space shuttle Endeavour, which is
the first shuttle, right?
No.
Not too much.
the first shuttle was space shuttle
Discovery,
no
Enterprise.
I believe that was the first one. No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't.
We have 7, right? I'm pretty sure there were 7.
Hold on. Let me.
That's bringing up the list of space shuttles.
There's one. No, it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was Enterprise because there was like a whole big like Star Wars grouping of fans that said we want the space shuttle named after the USS Enterprise.
You mean Star Trek?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Matt, come on.
In my head, I saw Star Trek, and then in my body, I love Star Wars. So
Can't get those two mixed.
anyways,
People will fight.
So the Endeavour is supposed to be. They have NASA's big Boeing 7 something jet fighter or
they have a
carrier.
giant jet,
Yeah. And they place the shuttle on top, and they fly it to wherever they're going.
it piggybacks.
Exactly. And they're flying it down to L.A. for the Los Angeles Science Museum or something. And they're just going to be there at the museum for the rest of the time. What I learned now is that the NASA aircraft is going to make a detour and fly right over the capital of California, which is the city we are currently in here, Sacramento. It'll be tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning.
And is that exactly, or is they saying
I could not
around
tell you.
this window?
I'm going to look up more later. At this time, it's 8:30, but who knows if they're going to go faster or slower, or where exactly will it be in the sky. I'm hoping to be here at school earlier.
Get a good spot.
Get on like the parking structure like you suggested to get a good view. I'm hoping to get
You're gonna take pictures, right?
I'm going to take pictures, but I need a zoom lens just to get better pictures. So I'm hoping to borrow a friend's zoom lens. So that's pretty exciting for me and my nerd world. If I do get any good pictures, we'll talk about it next Tuesday. Wednesday.
We'll put them up on Facebook.
And we'll put them on Facebook.
.com/MattTex.
But if you're interested to go to NASA's website and look up more about Endeavour. Just some fun facts about Endeavour. It's been in space 25 times.
So 25 launches?
It's launched 25 times. It's re-entered 25 times, which is amazing because there's a lot of others. There's more space shuttles. So we've gone, just talking, like you said, science fiction, we have a fleet of spaceships. It has orbited the Earth 4,600 times.
4,600?
4,600 times. 4,691 times.
It sounded like you said 400 to 600 times. They don't have an exact number.
First flight was in May 1992. Tex was born.
I was born in
and many months old. A month old.
February, March, April, May. I was 2 months old.
Yep. I was maybe 2 or 3 months in the embryonic state of human development.
But he felt it. He knew it was in the air.
I felt it. Endeavour was launching. So it started May 92. Its last launch was last May 2011. So it lasted a long time. And took many crew members up into space and brought many back down.
I forgot. Did you say Endeavour was your favorite space shuttle? Or was that a different one? I remember you told me you had a favorite one because that's the first one that you saw.
It was Endeavour. You're right. It was Endeavour because I'm on Wikipedia right now. These photos are the ones I loved. This one here. Anyways, Endeavour is my favorite shuttle. It is. I think it was like one of the first shuttles I actually went out and
No, I was.
Proving yourself. You say I'm right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was like one of the first ones. I think I've probably seen other shuttle launches, but this is the first time when I was like, all right, I love NASA. I'm looking at this one. I had this on my calendar. I'm ready to watch it. Yeah.
And just what how fortunate that your favorite space shuttle is the one that's going to fly over Sacramento.
That's true, and I will see it. It's gonna be. That's why I'm really stoked about this.
It's going to wink at you.
It might wink. It has eyes. No. But yeah, my dad texted me actually just like an hour or two ago and said 8:30. So somehow he knew. Somehow he heard it. So I'm hoping to figure out exactly where it's going to be and see it with my eyes. Even if it's far, if I can't get a good picture, just seeing it.
Now, where you said they all launched from Cape Canaveral in Florida,
right? I
don't see how. Are they doing a tour? Because I don't see how they couldn't just go from Cape Canaveral, maybe land in Texas, and then go to LA. I don't see why they have to come down from Sacramento. So
they're just going over the capital. They did land in like Dallas, I think, just to get people there to see it, and they just want to show it off.
So yeah, it is. It's just a detour to show people,
which is good because now we'll be able to see it as Sacramentans, and I hope could go down to LA one time,
and actually
go and see it a lot closer.
Touch it.
Maybe
I don't know.
The heat shield, the carbon.
Touch it.
Okay.
I would love to go inside.
We'll go to this next song. We'll talk about nuclear subs next, unless Tex has something more important to talk about. But this song here is new from Dave Matthews. They have a new album out, finally, since 2009. Album's called Away from the World. This song is Mercy.
Kind of like the Endeavor.
Enjoy.
What? Away from the World?
Mad Tex Show.
And that's why you should never trust a camel. Anyways, we're back after that wonderful music by Dave Matthews, which was called... What? I forgot. Sorry.
You're supposed to listen, Tex. It was called Mercy.
Mercy. That's what I said.
All right. We're back. I don't know if Tex mentioned that.
Sorry.
Anyways. We're going to do one more song, commercial break. Then we're going to talk about nuclear subs. Then we'll leave. So right now, the Double X, one of my favorite not new, but...
Double X, is that what you said?
The Double X. We've mentioned, I've played them many times before.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
British band, one of my favorite new albums out. Coexist, just came out September 11th. We're going to play one more song. We're going to play a song by them right now. Then we're going to go straight to commercial. And like I said, nuclear subs. It's going to get intense. Matt Tex Show. Sweet, great sponsors. We're back, Matt and Tex Show.
KSU.com.
Speaking of nuclear subs, Tex. Anyways, last week we talked about, that was last week, right? We talked about fall 2012 TV schedule.
Pretty good
some new shows
coming
out, some final seasons of other shows. Speaking of which, tomorrow, The Office, the season begins. The last season of The Office begins.
Season 9.
And I don't plan on crying, but it's possible.
Very possible. At the opening show, at the opening of the show, I don't really.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe the last.
Maybe
episode.
someone dies.
That would be very.
Phyllis. Anyways, I was browsing through. I was on Xfinity's website. I watched Colbert Report and I watched The Daily Show, and there was an ad for Last Resort, a show we talked about last week about the nuclear sub. We mentioned a bit about the synopsis or whatever. Not the full synopsis. And on this preview it said, watch the show before it airs. We did this same thing for Revolution. Revolution. There's a movie.
They put it on Hulu. They put the pilot on Hulu.
Which came out Monday.
Yes.
And I didn't watch it then, did you?
No.
Me neither.
I didn't watch it again.
Exactly.
And this show came out. Episode, though.
I don't know when this one was on the internet, but it was on the internet today, and I watched it. The actual air date on ABC is September 27th. So 9 days. 7, 8. One of those. And I actually really, really, really enjoyed the show.
What'd you expect? Did you expect to like it, or did you expect to be iffy about it?
I was iffy. In like the first 10 minutes, I was like, I don't know if I like this or not. And then it got going, and I started liking the characters a lot, and I started liking the idea, and I started liking the research that they did for the show, and the ideas that were presented. I'm not sure where else it will go and how long it'll go, but at this point, I do like it.
Mm-hmm. So for those of you who weren't listening last time, the synopsis, the idea of this show is that a nuclear submarine gets orders from the United States. It's a U.S. submarine.
Yep.
Gets orders from the United States to nuke Pakistan. I think it's Pakistan, right?
Pakistan, correct.
And the
4 cities of Pakistan.
captain, I think it's a captain of a submarine, right?
Uh-huh.
The captain says, "I'm not going to nuke another country unless I hear directly from someone."
Here's the thing, and I watch. So there's the order to come from. The order had to come from Washington D.C. That's the main place where the orders would come from.
The president
okay?
has to sign off on a nuclear
and
attack.
the captain would get that, and they get all the order codes, and all the order codes matched, so the order was authentic.
It's not code, but it checks out.
No,
Star Wars reference.
to destroy basically Pakistan. God, I hate the people here. To destroy Pakistan. The thing is, the order didn't come from D.C. where it should have. It came from Antarctica. I guess there's a base, and I didn't look at this. If there's actually, I didn't do fact check. There's a base in Antarctica that would give messages in case of D.C. being destroyed. If D.C. was destroyed or it couldn't send the message to use nukes, then Antarctica would send their signal. The thing was, D.C. wasn't destroyed, so the signal came from Antarctica. The captain of the sub was like, "I'll do this. I'll launch these 4 missiles at Pakistan, but I need a direct order from where the order should have come from, which is Washington, D.C.
So, them being on a submarine, cut off, isolated, they would, and them knowing that Antarctica is the alternate base.
Yes.
They would, and then, given that the order was use nuclear weapons, the logical conclusion would be, oh my gosh, Washington, D.C. has been destroyed.
Exactly. So, to double check that, they went up to the surface, popped antenna, and
Does it say where they were? Like
they're by Pakistan. They're in firing range. They're in the Indian Ocean.
Okay.
So just to check with news sources and stuff, they go up, shoot the antenna up, and they get satellite, and they search through television shows. Nothing on the news, nothing on any TV show about Washington D.C. being destroyed.
And if it would be destroyed, that'd be
on every American channel ever. Yes. So they say, well, D.C.'s not destroyed. Why didn't the order come from there?
And
so
where did the order come from?
Antarctica.
Well,
it officially came from Antarctica. They know that for sure.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so
I haven't seen it.
I
will watch it later, but Matt's seen it, and he's feeling us.
The captain calls whoever he needs to call, and he says, "I want an order from Antarctica." They hang up, whatever, and then they call back again. They said, "I want the order from D.C." Yada yada yada, and the guy's like, "All right, we'll give you the order from D.C." The line goes dead, and then all of a sudden they get an incoming missile, and they drop to the bottom, and the missile explodes in the water. It damages the sub. They crash, whatever. Turns out that missile came from a U.S. vessel. The U.S. military says it was Pakistan that launched the missile, and it all goes downhill from there. So, and then it goes back to, there's a bunch of connections. One of the chicks on the sub is the daughter of the admiral for the Navy, who is in Washington, who was officially, I think, supposed to make that. He gets the order from the president, and the president, or the admiral, would then make. I don't know.
The admiral gets the order from the president to attack the sub, or
to use the nukes, to launch the missiles. Okay. Yeah,
because he is they have a connection in the sub saying your dad would be the one to give this order. We should try to get in contact with him. I'm assuming
that probably gets brought up later. But the thing was, a reporter that heard of the sub being hit goes to the admiral
on the surface
in America.
Okay.
Right? It goes back and forth. It's way better explained on the television show, and the characters are connected better.
That makes a good show.
It does. One of these reporters, or not, she's not even a reporter. She's some scientist or engineer or something. She works on subs for like defense, whatever. She talks to the admiral, and she says, "How could you launch that missile to destroy that sub? How could you launch that missile to destroy the sub with your daughter on it?" And then he like, "What, my daughter?" And so
he never knew about it.
Either he didn't know he didn't send those missiles. He didn't send the missile. Actually, he didn't know he sent. Okay, the missile came from the USS Indianapolis, which is a U.S. ship. Okay,
so someone gave the ship the order to destroy the sub.
Yeah, that order should have come from the admiral of the Navy, but it apparently didn't, because he was told that it was a ship from Pakistan.
Okay, so there's obviously some high-level corruption within the U.S. military.
Exactly. And then there's another aspect where, right in the beginning of the show, the sub is just doing its sub stuff underwater, and this boat, little dinghy boat, has like six Navy SEALs on it. One guy's injured, almost dying. They're doing something. They're injured and they're in a firefight. They're not fired. They just came from a firefight. They call the sub, and the sub picks up, and they take the guys in. And so those guys were doing something in that area involving maybe that it wasn't clear. Somewhere in the area. They're in the Indian Ocean, so it could be India, it could be Pakistan, it could be the Southeast Asia, anywhere.
So they're going to play a crucial role later.
So I think they're a secret thing that maybe involved Pakistan or an attack on Pakistan or something. But they're the whole. Anyways, great show.
Great show. You really liked it?
I don't really know. I hate giving my opinion. I hate giving a strong opinion on most things.
Well, like just what?
But I really liked it.
More than you expected to.
More than I expected to. Well, I really wanted to like it because it seemed like a cool concept.
Are you eager to see the second episode?
I am very eager to see the second episode.
Okay, so
mainly to see where to go.
So like the different. So let's compare this pilot to another pilot, Revolution. Me, like I said, we'll give the two episode role. But I'm not looking forward to watching the next one. Are you actually looking forward to watching?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
Revolution. I guess that'll be next Monday. We'll watch that and see the second episode.
We'll talk about that.
But this one I'm excited for. So you can watch it on Hulu. Just search for Last Resort, or you can wait till it's on air on ABC on the 27th.
Yeah, so based on what you've told me, I think I'm really gonna like it. You know, nuclear subs, U.S. military. I like that kind of stuff. So
it's war games.
Work.
Because basically this sub now is declaring war on the U.S. and he says they commandeer this island that has a NATO base on it.
After they've been attacked.
Yes, and they say we're putting a 200-mile or 200-yard radius around us. If you break that barrier, any country, we have 17 nukes left, and we will use them. And he said we'll all go down in a fire.
And see that makes them look like the bad guys.
It does.
To the world.
And the captain of this vessel...
The submarine.
Vessel. Would that be the same?
Well, no, because you have to distinguish, because I didn't know if you were talking about the submarine or the ship that fired on.
The captain of the submarine.
Sorry.
His emotion and his intentions are weird. They're kind of shady. His intentions are he loves America. He doesn't want to harm America, but he won't destroy all these Pakistanis. Whatever.
Would you describe it like he's...
I think he has hidden intentions, hidden motives that we'll figure out later. Yes.
Hidden agenda.
He doesn't. He's one of the main characters, but there's a bunch of other main characters as well.
The other people.
So there's a captain and there's the XO who's the second in command.
Mm-hmm.
He actually gained. Yeah. Well, anyways, he is basically his right hand man, and he is weary of what the captain's talking about. Especially because he has all this power. He has 17 nukes. It's a very exciting show. There's a lot to go on. Mutiny. Yes. Maybe.
And what I wanted to ask is because I've seen Matt's seen the full episode. I've seen the trailer. What I'm thinking you're saying, and again I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Yep.
Is he saying? It's like this thing. He is going against his country, and he's threatening the world. So he looks like a rogue chick. However, he's doing this because he's a patriot, because this is the right thing to do, maybe not.
Right.
So
at this point, that's what we see.
It's like you're an enemy of your nation, but you're doing it because you love the nation, which is...
Exactly. For one, he simply just wanted to get an order that was official enough for him.
Yeah, he's covering his own butt.
He also doesn't want to... there is no declaration of war, so this striking on Pakistan...
is a complete declaration of war.
Right. And if Congress has no declaration of war, if this just came from the president or someone, and I don't know. I think his thing was he mentioned that there's no declaration of war. I cannot launch 4 missiles and destroy 4.3 million Pakistanis. So his thing is just there's morals behind it as well as patriotism. And it
shows him as a strong moral character. He knows what he has to do as a soldier, but also as a human being. This has to go a certain way in order, because it's nuclear weapons. It's a very, very big deal. Has to go through official channels, and he was just checking all that.
Yeah, one of the quotes of the girl said she was talking to someone, and she's like, "Dad, I hope when you hear our story," I think she's talking to the admiral of the Navy, and she's like, Dad, when you hear our story, I know the Navy is all about honor. I hope you understand why we did what we did. So they're not doing it to go against America. They're doing it for honor. They're doing it for morals. Yeah. So watch it. Go on Hulu right now and watch it.
You know what that makes me think of is is that whole, there are two sides to every story. You know, I'll go back to, well, not go back to, but an example I once thought of. If you see a bad guy running down the street and the cops are like, hey, stop that man or whatever, and you like trip him up or something to stop him, you're like, yeah, I just caught a bad guy. But you know, there is another side to the story. I don't know, that's what it kind of makes me think of. Like,
nope,
what if...
That's not how I feel at all. But
well, that's how I feel.
That's fine. I want you to watch it. Maybe we'll talk about it next week.
All right.
At this point, though, it's 2:40. I'll play one last song, and then I'll say goodbye now, but we'll play one last song, and I gotta go to class. It was great talking to you. I've had a lot... Not you, Tex.
Oh, okay. I thought, okay.
People of the world.
I'm sorry.
Tex, you're alright. It was alright talking to you. Good music today. We'll play one last song. This song just came out today from the Deftones. It's free. Go to their Facebook page or go to their website and download this for free. This song is called Leathers. There's supposed to be a new album coming out soon. This should be off it. We'll see you next week with more stuff to talk about. More nerd stuff.
Is the Revolution worth watching after we see
Is Revolution episode 2 worth watching? Is the entire show worth watching? We'll find out next week on the Matt and Tex Show. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Matt and Tex, or twitter.com/Matt and Tex. Until then,
bye.
Keep on living. This song is quiet in the beginning and then picks up, so don't be startled. See you next week.